All right, so today we'll be fishing with my brother. He got the Bates Hundo LTS and a Tattooler XT rod. But we are fishing at a very, very cool spot. In fact, let me turn this camera over. I am basically fishing in Delaware. I actually grew up fishing this pond. It's Bellevue State Park. It's very, very heavily pressured. I want to show you guys how I used to fish, and I still fish, but back then, bait finesse was not really available, right? And this is my first time fishing this water here, filmed with bait finesse, and hopefully I'll show you guys how to fish this heavily pressured state park and nail some fish. So let's get this video started. All right, before I get started, I want to share with you guys a few things. Okay, so I have the Arc Gravity BFS spool with 6-pound fluorocarbon line. This is the Varivis Bass Floral. And I have a new lure here, and this is 2-inch basically stick bait or Senkos called Woody Stalker from Arc Rods. That's what I'm starting off with today. And this is, I believe, a very tiny hook. I think it might be a size 2 G-Lock hook or size 1 G-Lock hook from Gamakatsu, okay? So, and the rod is a light power rod. I'm actually doing a testing, so that's why it's kind of blanked out. It's a light powered rod. That's all you guys need to know. And it's rated down to 1/16 ounce. And this lure here itself, the plastic, is supposed to be 1/16. So yeah, I'm gonna start out with the open water side. I see a lot of people, okay? There's a lot of people fishing. Look at the bridge over there. Let me walk over so you guys see. I'm telling you, this place is super pressured, okay? Super pressured. Oh wow, look at the pond. There's like some algae growth right here. That's not good. But yeah, you see the water's pretty mucky. The bridge is a great spot to catch fish, right? Because, you know, it's structure, right? And a windy blown spot, that's a pretty good spot. That used to be a very good spot on this side, but I'm just looking here, because I used to work here, like in high school. That's a long time ago, like 26 years ago or so. And yeah, let's see how we do today, all right, with bait finesse. All right, so let's cast this Woody Stalker. And I'm just casting this stick bait or Senko and let it sink very slowly. And it is muddy here. I may want to switch to something else first. It was raining crazy yesterday, so I have a feeling that fish are not going to bite very well out and open like this. So either chatterbait, cover water for those are still out there, because it's kind of late morning right now. It's not noon yet, so they could still be around. But the key of fishing in this place is, especially in summertime when there's a lot of people, it's really in the back water. And I'll show you that in a second, but I want to focus a little bit here. And if those people move away, maybe I'll skip my lure underneath the bridge and hopefully catch something. I see a lot of tree fall and stuff over to the right. I can't cast that far with this light Senko. I'm gonna have to swap over to like a heavier worm. But salted Senkos, oh, that was a bite. I think it was a panfish. Yeah. But yeah, there's so many people here. But yeah, I just got hit by probably a panfish. I'm gonna let it carry a little bit more next time, but it was like thumping like crazy. So I don't think it's any bass. But yeah, the key of fishing summertime, and this is 4th of July, once again, if I didn't say an intro, it's fishing really cover. And that's where I'll be going next, because it seems like there's a lot of people out in the main pond. I think the most fish spot in this area is really the bridge, because obviously bridge hold fish, right? So I guess we're gonna skip it for now. Yeah, dip the hot dog down. I'm gonna dip the Senko down later. All right, so my brother right there, he's weightless Texas rigging with the good old finesse worm from Zoom, green pumpkin, black specks. And yeah, let's try to get some backwater fish. This Woody Stalker. You gotta fish it in the woods. Makes sense. Boom. Oh, you guys heard that? Got my first bite right there, back here. But I think it might have been a bluegill. But man, look how small this thing is. It's like super tiny. Let me put it right next to my thumb. Look at that. And it's already ripped. That's not cool. I'm telling you, man, these plastic lures, they're fragile. So I guess the best way to fish them is wacky rig style, which I do have some, but they're so fragile that you gotta use like O-rings and stuff like that. And I do have something, so hopefully we could put that into some action in a bit. Oh, and look at that, look at that. Oh, his worm got flinged away. But like I said, man, soft plastic, Texas rigging in woody cover. That's exactly what he's doing. First blood goes to my brother. There you go, check that out. All right, cool, man, good job. It's like only like 5 minutes in. All right, yeah, oh, look at that. that is a small little bluegill, and I think I lost my lure too. Yep, I lost my lure, he took it. So let's put another one on. I'll try a few more because I really want to put it into like structure, right? And then if I need to wacky rig it, I will wacky rig it with something. But yeah, I want to start off and catch some fish with this cool plastic, man. It's just as fragile as Senkos in my opinion, but that's how it is. You know, like the more fragile it is, for some reason, like the Japanese lures, they're so effective in highly pressured water, which is why I was like, dude, let's sacrifice a few plastic and, you know, catch some fish.
I never lost a worm like that. First hook set.
There we go. Texas rigged, weightless, right? And I think I may want to bury the hook just a little bit because I'm gonna go into structure. I'm going for the bigger fish now, not too like small. So I'm gonna see those right there. Oop. Okay. All right, let me try to get over again. But yeah, basically what I was doing is I was trying to cast it so close to the wood right there. Exactly right there. That's the fish right there. There we go. Dinky bass. Here we go. Yeah, we have a lot of dinky bass in the backwaters. They're very close to the edges. There we go. Here we go. It might be the smallest fish of the day. Yo, bro, your fish will swallow this. All right, off you go. All right. Sometimes it's all about culling. I'm gonna cull all these little, small fish before a big fish come. I just crawled it over the branches so I can go, and a bigger fish can hit it. Oh, you guys heard it? There he goes. There we go. Oh, no, he's in the tree. He's in the tree. Oh no, he came off. All right, so it happens when you fish it like that. You know, you have bush to shake off, but let's get a little closer for a second and see if I can get a different one. But there's a school of small bass here, but that one was a little bit bigger. What, plastic worms? That's fish right there. Boom. That's a better one. Here we go. All right, this rod is nice. I gotta let my buddy know that this rod that I'm testing is great, but here we go. Woody stalker. I'm telling you, when you fish a very, very difficult body of water, you gotta use lures like these, and it's fragile, I know. I guess I can still save this and do a wacky rig later. So I'm gonna put another one on, but I'm gonna save this and put it in my pocket. Right, Senko fishing 101, okay? So you can cast it in the structure or near the structure. All these backwaters is great, okay? I just cast it out there and just let it sink slow. These are kind of slackline fishing, okay? There we go, right there. Oop. Do you guys see the line jump? I don't know if you guys saw it, but something hit it like 4 times, but it could have been a bluegill, because it wasn't like anything crazy. I just watched the line jump. Or it could be more dinky bass. But yeah, you can cast it out, just let it fall slow. The slow wobble, it gets them, okay? And vegetation here is not growing anything big at the moment, so I think most of the fish are gonna be near the edge, especially in the shade. It's a bluebird sky today with muddy water. So guys, I know a lot of people like long rods. This is a 6'3". I would like a 6 foot for what I'm doing today for bait finesse. And believe it or not, a lot of Japanese people, well in Japan, right? 80% of the anglers fish from the bank. And there's like regulations that restricts you from using more than 2 rods at a time. So that's insane, right? So I'm just carrying one. I'm the one rod, one reel type of guy today. Ooh, I spooked something right there. But let me put that lure out here. But yeah, these spots right here where people are not fishing. Ooh, I just heard something jump. Ooh. There was a nice bullfrog over there. Here you guys go, second fish. As I was talking about Japan, like how they fish, right? But yeah, look what's happening. Like I'm fishing in the backwaters here with all these trees. If you have like long rods, it's gonna be difficult for you to cast. So short rods is gonna be key. So if you guys want to see me do more bank fishing, maybe I'll find 1 or 2 very short rods for bait finesse fishing and portray it to the fullest. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Fish, another one. Yeah, yeah. Number 3, dude. There we go. Very soon, I think I'm gonna upgrade, well not upgrade, but upsize to 3-inch, because this 2-inch one is catching all the dinks, and I think I wanna try to aim for some bigger fish, and also with the heavier lure, I could be more accurate in specific casting angles. But this is slaying it, the woody stalker. Okay, see this tree right here? Gotta be 1 or 2 fish in here. Yeah, it's very hard to cast this super light lure. But yeah, it's so hard to cast with this type of rod, as you see. If it's long, you won't be able to cast. There we go. Another one. There we go. Bigger one. I told you, man. I told you. If you guys fish in cover, you catch so much more fish. And there we go. All right. Back in the water you go. Yeah. All right, let's get some more line and do some flipping, shall we? It's flipping and pitching style. All right. Oh. Here we go. Bam. Woo, beefy. Ah, he spit my lure. There we go. There we go. Woo. All right. Yeah, woody stalker. This is the backwater. There's a lot of people fishing back here today. But let my brother take this one. Gotta change lures. So, as I mentioned to you guys, this is a 2-inch version, and I'm gonna switch to the 3-inch version. It's just mainly so that I could swing the rod easier, because I don't really have much swinging room, to be quite honest. And if I have something a little heavier, I swing lighter, and I should be able to get some better casting. So I'm gonna swap off. So I'll be right back. There we go. Look at that, the zoom. Classic. It's a classic lure. Flip cast. Sometimes you gotta master these beautiful artsy fartsy style casts in order to get the casting you need. And having a short rod is actually very good for that. Uh-oh. Ah, yeah. All right, well, let's change it up, shall we? I think these worms and stuff like that is not doing too well in the backpack, so I'm gonna change to cover jigs for a little bit and see if we catch something nice back here with it, and then we'll try some more stuff outside, and I'll switch back to the worm later, because the worm is nice when you want to cover a lot of more water, but for these close quarter fishing, I think the cover jigs is perfect. But let me get this tangle fixed. All right, so the next lure I'm gonna use is a cover jig. Perfect time to throw this in these water where there's a lot of tree branches. You see these tree branches? A lot of people don't fish back here because they get snagged. Okay, so what I have here is the Jackall Shaggy, and I got the Dragon Junior 2-inch. 1.8 grams or 1/16 ounce for the jig head, but with the bulkiness of the skirt and the plastic all together, it's close to 4 grams, which makes it easier to cast. See, look at that. Very easy to flip and pitch if you want to do that. And let me show you guys something really cool. So cover jigs is actually very, very weedless if you don't pull hard when it gets stuck. And a lot of Japanese people in Japan, right, they'll fish these in these waters just like this, right? And they'll drag it over branches like that and jiggle it for fish to hit. And if you go very soft, it goes over everything. Look at this, hold up. Hopefully it shows up. There's a branch right there. Look at that, jiggle over it. You have to be 100% sure that it's a fish bite before you set that hook. Okay, you gotta be 100% sure. So the way you fish it, you cast it out there, let it sink, and you reel it back, you slowly jiggle it up. That's a tree branch. I don't want to set the hook there. I do not want to set the hook there. I'm just gonna jiggle through this whole thing. See that, this branch right there? Okay, and the leaves. Okay, I got snagged in the leaves. But technically, right, if you don't set the hook on it, you won't get snagged. Okay, so practice makes perfect. But I am gonna see if I could try to coax some fish in the backwater here, because it seems like the further back I go at the moment, it doesn't seem like the fish are here. There was a lot of people here earlier. So I think they may have pressured it enough, so I might want to go back out just a little bit. But I want to try a little bit longer. But yeah, this is a good way to fish finesse style in these light timber areas, cover jigs. I was not recording that. So I just threw a fish back, and you guys can see that right there, the wake. But I was telling my brother that I caught 3 fish here earlier, and put this guy in there, and I pulled up another one. That's how insane covered fishing is, covered jigs. Here we go. Here we go. Covered jig fishing, baby. Shady tree area. Okay, I'm assuming there's gonna be a good amount of tree branches there. But here we go. Huh? A pretty good one. There's a bunch of shade here. I was like, there gotta be some trees, some overhanging trees, and nabbed it. Yes, sir. Woo, guys, post-storm fishing, caught a good amount. I can't believe the amount I caught. I have been here for so long, but soft plastic and jigging, that's the key of fishing this heavily pressured state park that I grew up fishing, right? And still doing it, man, still do it. And my brother, he had a feel using that Zoom Finesse worm. It was one of my favorite lures to use back in the day, but now that I'm more seasoned and more aware of different products out there, right? The cover jig did well. Those small, super tiny Senko like from Arc, the Woody Stalker. Let's talk about that for a second. Gary Yamamoto, JDM do have 2-inch, but there is no 3-inch in the US, I believe, okay? Or it's very hard to find. It's usually imported, so it's pretty cool to see that Arc brought out a 2-inch version. And I'll be honest, if you guys talk to or watch a lot of Japanese anglers in Japan, right? Bait finesse style, they use 2 to 3-inch stick baits, very popular. So give it a shot, add it to your bait finesse arsenal, and go slay them. Okay, so the fish don't wait, I'll get hydrated, probably hit another spot, because I think we want a bigger fish. So let's see if we do well in the next spot. Toodaloos.